You having a huge party?
Nope, just me.
Get delicious cuisine from the country's best chefs delivered right to your door with the click of a button.
Well, all my takes on Brady being retired and all that stuff, completely out the door. I have no clue what he's doing ever. So if anyone has a question, do not ask me, because my guy is back for 23.
As you can see right there, Tom Brady has shocked the world yet again. After 2 months after mentioned retirement, I'm Blake Anthony. This is NSPN Sports Talk 49, live and exclusively right here on NSPN, any day of the week as we get news and breaking updates coming up. So much happens so quickly in the offseason in the NFL, NBA, MLB. MLB just coming off a lockout. They're just having big signings coming out. NBA always having big games. NHL. Now you get the NFL in the offseason, and you're talking about Tom Brady, one of the greatest quarterback of all time, retiring and not retiring. Who knows what's really happening? Somewhere, somehow, Brett Favre is saying, I did this first. Let's see if Tom Brady does it 2 times, says he's going to retire and come back, much like Brett Favre did when he went on to play for the New York Jets and the Minnesota Vikings. But this is Tom Brady here, another future Hall of Fame quarterback, much like Brett Favre. So what does that mean? It means in a much wide open NFC South, now the looking glass comes a little thinner to who's going to win that division, barring what happens with Deshaun Watson and the Panthers, Atlanta Falcons, and the New Orleans Saints. The division looks to be not so up for grabs anymore now in the mix with Tom Brady, with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers having multitude of offseason acquisitions that they need to make, from the running back, extra wide receiver, defensive lineman, cornerback position, possibly safety. There's holes everywhere, and most importantly on the offensive line. Ali Marpet has already made a tweet that he's not coming back in this team, and I really think that he's content on not returning to this team. I know he's happy with retirement. I knew personally inside I wanted Marpet to keep playing, but I knew once those reoccurring concussions kept happening to him, I knew he would kind of tap out after watching many years of him playing against future Hall of Famer and Luke Kuechly, of the many concussions that he had with the Carolina Panthers over his long 10-year career, dominant career with the Carolina Panthers. So I always want to add some type of aspect to this. With Tom Brady coming back, who's coming back with him? Rob Gronkowski? Possibly, most likely. Tampa Bay has a big void at the tight end position with only McElroy and Cam Brate under contract currently. O.J. Howard is a pending free agent. Who else has talked to Tom Brady post his retirement? If he comes back, somebody wants to play with him, because now knowing for sure he's coming back for another season, and with a lot of these free agents, who wants to play with him? Will Tyrann Matthews come back over and play with Tom Brady and Bruce Arians and Todd Bowles on that defense and Byron Leftwich? Who else? Chandler Jones has already said he wanted to play for a contender, and he's looking for 15 mil plus to play for a contending team. We don't know. All I know is a lot of turn of events that came around with a lot of media personnel pointing out that Tom Brady was going to play for the San Francisco 49ers and come out of retirement, et cetera, et cetera. I think Julian Edelman said it the best, that you don't have any clue what Tom Brady's doing, and you trying to guess what he's doing is just going to hurt your head, and Tom Brady's going to keep surprising you, much like he did when he was a 7th-round draft pick and is one of the greatest quarterback of all time with all those Super Bowl rings. So where do we leave that? As a lot of those tweets and IG posts said, football is a better place with Tom Brady around, regardless if he's on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers or wherever. It's hard to not mention Tom Brady when you talk about football. And you got the new era of quarterbacks, and I'm sure that's going to come to an end sometime soon. And you'll have the new youngsters to talk about for many years, as long as they play. The door is wide open now for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're going to have to go with a youth movement here, and possibly some veterans coming out. Contract-friendly players that they're going to have to pick up. See if they bring back Alex Kappa. They've already re-signed Aaron Stinney, which I knew that was coming. Aaron Stinney belongs as a starter on this team, as he stepped in a Super Bowl run for the victory when in the absence of Alex Kappa. What kind of contract does Kappa ask for? Leonard Fournette. Does Giovanni Bernard come back? He can move to the top of the depth chart with Keyshawn Vaughn. Gio's got plenty of left in the tank. I'm biased to the Tar Heels. It's just many aspects of what you can do with this. I said that they need to add speed both on the defense and the offense. John Ross is a free agent. Valdez Scandrick, former USF wide receiver, out here, was up playing in Green Bay for many years, could add a speed aspect to there. Brashard Perriman. They just need to add some speed to this offense. If you can't, get top-notch receivers, you can probably find, guys trying to bounce back, the career to get paid in the future. I mentioned several times on Twitter, Marlon Mack, a guy that's been fell behind in the depth chart. A lot of speed, a lot of talent, was averaging 4.5 yards a carry before Jonathan Taylor was drafted to the Colts, before they had all that offensive line help there. Marlon Mack was the guy, and he's a former USF Bull as well. Could help if you bring them along this team and add with Tom Brady, both pass catching and running ability. And that's a huge career boost that he could have with Tom Brady as the quarterback on his resume, and with Tom being so passing to the running back friendly in his offense. It's good that Byron Leftwich came back, that he didn't decide to not go to Jacksonville since they didn't want to get rid of their GM. So now your offense, you're pretty much your OC and your head coach, and everybody is still the same. So not much has changed. But you will have to bring back some familiar faces, and first and foremost, it's going to be Rob Gronkowski coming back to the tight end position. Possibly Tampa Bay drafts another tight end in this draft coming up to, succeed Gronkowski when he decides to retire or move on, or for the future. It's good to learn from a guy like that and teach younger players, because Tampa Bay has definitely built a system here where they can grow and build in through draft. And Tampa Bay Buccaneers have done just that, since they haven't done that for so long in the existence of their team, is have a fundamental system where your younger guys are growing to be stars and they're growing up and producing on your team. Will Goldstein's finally playing in a system that he played well in, got +5. There's multiple backup defensive linemen at +5 sacks last year. Anthony Nelson was a guy that was a kind of a fish out of a water, a defensive end, hand in the dirt guy coming out of Iowa, now being a stand-up rushing linebacker, asked to coverage. The linebackers will pretty much stay still except for KJ Britt, but Kevin Minter. So it's, the cornerback position is going to be shaken up a little bit. Going to have a lot of those guys gone, safety position as well, but we'll see. We'll see everything that happens. And everybody always asks me, what's happening? I always keep saying it's too early. It's too early to make assumptions. It's too early. Let these guys see if they can find trade partners. Teams get desperate. Teams start making movements. Teams start doing things that you didn't expect them to do. That's why I like to wait before I pass judgment, much like what happened with the whole Deshaun Watson situation. But that's a whole nother conversation we'll have entirely another time. But Tom Brady is back for the 2023 season, and I wonder what cast of characters he's bringing for this story in the Tom Brady 23-year playbook. Who is it? Put in the comments section who you think he brings with him besides Rob Gronkowski. Who else comes with him? James White, other tight ends, defensive linemen, pass rushers, corners, DB, safeties. Who comes with Tom Brady on this next chapter in Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tom Brady, which TB12, TB23, TB23, as in 23 years, which is the same number Michael Jordan wore. Does that have any coincidence? Michael Jordan, what do you think? Do you think that has coincidence? 23 years. And you decide to hang it up. Or will he go for 24, the Kobe Bryant? 23 or 24. That's all I got. We'll talk more about it when I get Ruth the Truth, the Sean T-Man Tisdale on Coach T's 411. I'm going to get them all right here on NSPN's network. And we'll talk about everything that's happened lately, plus what's just happened with Tom Brady. I'm Blake Anthony. This is Sports Talk 49 on NSPN, signing off. And we'll end this as we always do. You're the master of everything what you do with your life. What you do with it is entirely up to you. Thank you, guys. God bless. And as always, fire those cannons.
You having a huge party?
Nope. Just me.
Get delicious cuisine from the country's best chefs delivered right to your door with the click of a button.